Moving to Resolution 29 on marine tourism, and this will be moved by Stuart McMillan, MSP, seconded by Donna Pickett. Welcome, Stuart McMillan.
Thank you very much, Derek, and good afternoon, Conference. It's actually gives me great pleasure to bring forward and speak about a resolution to this conference. It's actually quite a positive thing for the country. Usually when I stand up here I'm talking about something that Westminster have undertaken that's going to have a detrimental effect upon Scotland. But this time actually it's something totally different, and I'm really happy to do that. This strategy, this Awakening the Giant strategy, was something that came about from 2 years ago. I chair the Scottish Parliament's cross-party group on recreational boating and marine tourism. Now, I don't sail, I don't canoe, I actually don't take part in any of the activities. But the thing that I recognised when I was first elected in 2007, it was just that there are opportunities. I stay in Inverclyde, a beautiful part of the world, and I encourage you to go and visit any time you can. But I stay in an area where we've got the River Clyde, and very few people actually have that opportunity to go and see their town from the river. Very few people actually take up the opportunity to actually go and undertake something like that. But there will be many other people in the country that will actually have a similar experience, that they don't really see their town or their village from the river or from a loch. So it really kind of struck me that here's an opportunity, that's something that we should be doing a bit more with. Now, one of the things in terms of marine tourism, the element of this particular strategy and this resolution in front of us, it's not just about sailing and boating. It's about kayaking, it's about recreational sea angling, it's about scuba diving, it's also about wildlife tourism. There is so much more to the whole issue of marine tourism. Now, marine tourism, we have a fabulous coastline in Scotland. There's only a small part of our country that's got a bit of a border, but the rest is all coastline, over 11,000 kilometres of coastline. We've got more coastline than France. So there is more for us to actually do, and there's a huge amount that we can actually go and see and take part in. Now, as I said, I stay in Inverclyde. It's a small local authority area. We've got two marinas. We've got Kip Marina and James Dock Marina. We've got the cruise liners that come in to Greenock. Over 100,000 passengers come in to Greenock this year alone. And we've also got the home of Calmac and Seamal. And just on that particular point, I want to express my thanks and my gratitude to Derek Mackay and also to the former First Minister, Alex Salmond. Without Alex Salmond, we wouldn't have Jim McCall, and without the deal that we signed yesterday, Ferguson's in Port Glasgow might not actually be here. It shows that this SNP government actually in action, and this SNP government wanting to re-industrialise the west of Scotland, and it's something that we should all be proud of and take that message out to the streets and the campaign trail. Now, whether our coastland whether you live on the coast or whether it's in an inland part of the country, there are opportunities there for everyone. And every single MSP and MP will actually have somebody who's got a link or an affiliation with marine tourism. Now, I said this strategy came about 2 years ago because the cross-party group, we had a symposium in the Parliament, and we're going to have a second one next month. But this was actually one of the action points from this cross-party group. Now, some people don't think cross-party groups actually do that much, but I can assure you many of the cross-party groups in the Parliament do, and this is certainly kind of one element. The whole marine tourism sector was quite disparate up until the cross-party group was established, because many of the folk who actually take part in the activities are small businesses. So there wasn't really kind of a pan approach to moving things forward. Somebody who started at the CPG, who doesn't actually have any extra grind, I was very much considered to be someone who was neutral and independent, and that helped actually move the agenda forward. Now, the strategy is very simple. By 2020, we want Scotland to be a marine tourism destination of first choice for high quality value for money. And also, the financial figures are very clear. To develop the local growth of sailing tourism from 101 million to 145 million by 2020, but also increase the overall economic value of the marine tourism sector from 360 million to 450 million by 2020. So that means jobs, it means economic prosperity, and also means training and certainly Conference, I urge you to please back this resolution today by acclaim. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stuart. And to second the resolution is Donna Pickett, who is also from Inverclyde and another first-time speaker today. Welcome, Donna.
G'day. Yes, I was born in Australia, so sorry about the accent. I'm here to help you vote to support the Maritime Museum resolution. I'm here as part of a family that now lives in Inverclyde and Greenock. I've chosen to have Scotland as my home. I became a citizen last week. I love Scotland. It's a place of richness and history and culture. Part of that history and its culture involves a large marine history. We are using part of that history for maritime tourism now, but it could be so much better. I come from a country where it's actively pushed to have marine tourism and events. The place I grew up, deep breath, Port Adelaide took up the opportunity to take the City of Adelaide, otherwise known as the Carrack. She sits alongside the Maritime Museum in my hometown, in a place of pride amongst the other rescued ships. The Clyde area is now my home. She has a beauty that is unmatched in the world. We should be showing this to the world. We don't have to sell Scotland for tourism. We just have to let her speak for herself. She is beautiful under the water as well as above. Has anyone ever heard of a nudibranch? They are a colourful little vibrant slug. They are stunning. They're colourful, like little caterpillars. There's an amazing population of them under the pier at Port and Cross along the Clyde. It's one of the best places in the world for them. Any divers here, go and have a look. It's an amazing little population. Google it. It's worth it. Imagine if the workforce we could have by adding to our current workforce with more tourism-based jobs when we approve this resolution. There's a lovely little boat called the Waverley which goes up and down the Clyde, which was bought for £1. There is also another one called the QE2, which we're hoping to get back to Inverclyde. Yeah, fingers crossed. Imagine a few years ago how many people would have thought the Clyde would be worth sailing down. Go to Greenock when the cruise liners are in. There's more people every year. More people are finally acknowledging the beauty of our landscape, and that landscape involves its waters. So why are we leaving it behind? I saw a beauty here when I first came over, and it's still here. So why are we forgetting the water part of it? We could say we have a future for future jobs and future generations, and we could say that we go forward by saying yes to this marine tourism resolution. Thank you.
Well, I think we'll all agree that Donna is very welcome, not just to Scotland, but her new family in the SNP, and welcome from Australia. And I only wish that you had brought the sunshine with you as well.